Tonight, we're going beyond the badge. On this Memorial Day, we recognize a Utah officer who insists on policing the streets despite a terrifying incident in his first few months on the job that could have cut his career very short. Mike Hendrick reports.
It was definitely life-changing.
December 13th, 2012.
It was a scary thing that, you don't really expect to happen. You don't hear of it happening very often.
4 months into his service with the Sunset Police Department,
The dangers are out there.
and Officer Jared Jensen came face to face with a man who had a grudge.
I noticed this individual on the north side of the road kind of giving me an odd stare. He lifted up his sweatshirt and pulled a handgun from his waistband and continued to fire 8 rounds into my vehicle as I was driving up the road. Several hit the window here. One hit our little plastic plexiglass frame we have between our driver's seat and our cage. And it's merely plexiglass. However, that day it stopped a bullet. I believe there were 2 in the computer. Several glanced off the steering wheel again. One impacted the seat just behind me. And ended up in our door over here.
8 bullets.
Through the driver's side, across my body into the passenger side of the vehicle.
And not a single one struck Officer Jensen.
I still don't understand how it happened the way that it did, and I'm able to be here and discuss it with you guys.
Officers from across the Wasatch Front raced to the scene.
That was an amazing sound at that moment, and hearing all the sirens and on the radio. I mean, people coming from Kaysville and North Salt Lake and Weber County. I mean, the response, the brotherhood, and the family that we talk about was real for me that day.
But someone also rushed to his side that night, an officer who is family in blue and family by blood.
It wasn't police instinct, it was parental instinct. Not wanting to admit anything too much on TV, but I think I broke the speed limit getting to Clinton that night. And
Jensen's dad, Logan Police Chief Gary Jensen, was shocked at what his son had survived.
More amazed as I came out to the scene and actually saw the vehicle and saw the bullet holes. Yeah, it was frightening.
Officers found the gunman 40 minutes later, casually making a phone call. Zane Openshaw admitted he was waiting for a cop, any cop, to drive by that night. Now, nearly 4 years later, he remains behind bars in the Utah State Prison. And 4 years later, Officer Jensen, now with a new agency, vividly remembers what happened that night.
The thud of him impacting the metal, hearing him come through the glass, it's just a sound and experience that I'll never forget. I mean, I drive that same road every day. Every day in my patrol responsibilities, I travel that same road every day, and it's something I think about and remember often, and in a way I think that's good. Kind of keeps me on my toes, ready to handle an incident like that if it were to happen again.
Every day, of course, every day.
4 years later, Chief Jensen still worries about his son and his choice to follow in his footsteps. But it's a career choice even 8 bullets and a brush with death could not alter.
My mother and my wife and people that I'm sure care about me and discussed it, but this is the career I've chosen, and it's a career I love, and again, it's a career I feel is needed in society, and I want to be a part in making my community I work for a better place.
Mike Hendrick reporting. Officer Jensen uses his experience to teach and train new officers at the Weber State Police Academy. He's also a member of the VFAST Fugitive Task Force, which tracks down violent offenders in our neighborhoods. We thank him and his father for their service. You can hear more stories like this one Monday mornings on KSL News Radio. The National